Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of American Tank Ace, not number 44 to 45. This is episode 2 and we're going to start off just by looking at our tank commander, who is currently Staff Sergeant, which is the starting rank. He's also got the European, African, Middle East campaign medal. We have 1 experience point. We're part of the 4th Armor Division, and our gunner has the possibility to buy a -1 for gunnery skill. And we currently have our assistant driver and loader has the weapons maintenance skill. We have the option now to use that 1 experience point to buy a skill, but we're not going to do that because I'm saving up my points. Probably going to buy synergy, which will let me use 1 more action, so 3 actions for 1 turn. Not sure if that's going to happen. We'll see what happens because I don't buy synergy if I don't have war trophies, but we're going to get on about that later. So the first thing we do here is we look at our mission log sheet. We see last mission was movement to contact, which was a success, and I eliminated 1 Fallschirmjäger squad. Now we'll look at A1 chart for our next mission. We're still in June, so roll 2d6 and roll 8, which is going to be an attack. So we note here, attack. Alright, so we go ahead and take our attack counter and put in current mission. Then we need to roll and check for our terrain and weather. So let's go ahead and start by rolling for our weather on A3. And we roll 8, which means today we have clear weather. And then we go ahead and roll for our terrain with 1d6. And we roll a 1. That means again we got that nasty bocage, which again means that we have to start at close range. Usually you are starting at long range. And finally now we need to roll for our enemies on A4 June to July. And roll 8, which is going to be 1 AT gun and 1 infantry. So first we need to find out what the AT gun is. We roll a D10, it's going to be a Pack 38. That's, I mean, for an AT gun, that's pretty good. So we go ahead and find the Pack 38. And then we have infantry. We roll a D6 for the infantry quality. And roll a 5, so that is going to be normal Wehrmacht infantry. And it's an attack mission. First we place out, so we roll for the Pack 38, which will go here. And the infantry is going to go here. And since we have an attack mission, that means we are meeting prepared defenses. So the infantry here, they start dug in. So there are some more things going on with an attack. Another special rule is that the enemy will get to attack first. Also, they're not going to move to flanking maneuvers like they did last mission, or what they could have done last mission with movement to contact. And also we might have a counterattack on a roll of 6 once we finish up this battle. The worst part with the attack mission is that the enemy will get to attack first. So we go ahead and simply roll for a Pack 38 now. He will attack us on a roll of 1 and roll 3. And then the enemy infantry, they will also attack on a roll of 1. And none of them attack me, so that's pretty good. That means it is now my turn. And my first thing is I'm going to try to move back. And I will attempt to hold down. So first of all, we roll on B5. And today we have clear weather. So only on a roll of 2 do we become immobilized. And then we roll on B5 to hold down. On 1 to 4 we are not hold down. On 5 to 6 we are hold down. So now we managed to roll a 6. So we are effectively hold down. And that is noted on the tank mat itself. We go from open country to hold down. Okay, so that was our first mission order. The second order, I'm going to replace AP with HE. And you might wonder, hey man, why do you always start with AP? Well, there is a reason for that, because even if I had HE loaded, you can never fire on an AT gun in the first round except if he fires at you. So I just think it makes more sense to have AP loaded. Also, I can fire my machine guns at both infantry and AT guns, but if I have an enemy tank, I can only kill him with the AP. I can't kill him with machine gun fire or HE. So that is why I always start with AP. Anyway, that is the end of our turns. So now we go to event check. And we roll 11, which is destroy one random German vehicle. But we do not have any German vehicles. So that is the end of the turn. We go now to the first for the next turn. And let's see, this is now my time to start. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn my turret to face left. So now that my hull is facing B and my turret is facing left, I can now attack A and D. So that's pretty good. And then I'm gonna go ahead and replace 2 of the AP rounds in my ready rack with HE. And that's gonna be it for this turn. And we roll for the enemy again, for the pack. That's bad. That means he will now target me. So the pack is firing at long range, and there is no current modifiers because we have no bad weather or something like that. So he will hit me on a roll of 2 to 6. So we have a 50% chance now to get hit. A little bit less, but almost 50%. And we roll 9. Good news. His shot has missed us. So we then roll for the infantry, and they will target us on a roll of 1. And he also rolls 1, believe it or not. That's pretty bad, because that means now he can fire at me and try to button up my tank. And all of my guys have open hatches, so if he hits us now, I'm going to have to check for wounds. So we roll on B2 for machine gun fire versus SPG and tank. And we roll 11, so we're good. You can see here on a result of 2, 3, or 4, we would be buttoned up. However, there is a +1 now to roll because we are in bocage terrain. So that's he would need to roll at least, let's see here, a 3 to actually button me up. So I feel pretty safe against the Wehrmacht here. So one thing that I usually do is, because the thing is here, once the enemy targets you, they will target you until they are removed from the map. So to remember who has targeted me, which is not very hard now because we only have 2 enemies, but once you get more enemies, it's going to be harder to remember. So the thing I do is I move the German counter to the border of that terrain bubble. And that makes me remember, if they are at the border, they are targeting me. So that's a very good way if you don't want to use some kind of marker. Okay, so that is the end of the turn. We roll again for event check. And we roll 7, which is no event. So we are now in turn 3. And guess what? I'm going to have to take out that AT gun, or I'm going to have a big problem. So we go ahead and we fire HE at the pack 38. And again, we're at medium range, so 2 to 6 is hit. We have no current modifiers. So we go ahead and roll. We need a 2 or 6 now. 2, 2, 6. Oh, we get a 6. Very good. That means we effectively take out that pack. So we go ahead and note that on our mission log sheet, because I like to remember what I take out, and also if you get enough kills of AT guns and vehicles, you will get awarded, and awards will bring you prestige points. And that was my first order of the game. We reload from the ready rack. And my second order will be to close all of my hatches. It's not good to have your hatches open if you're fighting infantry, since they might cause you a wound. They could potentially even kill you. So that's a really sad way to go, getting killed by a lonely infantry squad. So this guy now will get to try to attack, or they will attack. and nothing will happen, because even if we roll a buttoned up, which we don't do, we roll 9, which becomes 10 because of the bocage. But he could only button me up, and I'm already buttoned up, so that's, it's finished. And that finishes this game, because now we have only one infantry member left, and he retreats. Okay, and since this is an attack mission, we also have to end by rolling for potential enemy counterattack. So we roll a d6. On a roll of 6, we have a German counterattack. And we roll a 2, so we are safe from the counterattack. That means we have successfully beaten this mission. Alright, and now we get to the fun part, which is rolling for our war trophies. Let's hope that we do not roll a 7 again. We roll a 9, which is an Iron Cross medal. So there is so many markers for the war trophies. There we go. So I have them in this one. I used to make crème brûlée with my little Flammenwerfer in this one, but it's also pretty good at holding war trophy counters. So there we go, the Iron Cross, which has a value of 2. And with this one, we could potentially buy some booze, which is a perfect thing to have if you have the synergy skill. Anyway, we're going to get into what synergy means and booze and all of that in another episode once we have that skill. And we look at our mission log sheet. We note here we have a 2nd success. So next mission, we're going to win 1 experience point. No matter if we fail or win, you always get experience point for 3rd mission or refit completed. No matter if it's a success or failure. But I would also very much like to gain an award. I would like to kill 2 or more enemy units, so I could get that first bronze star and get the prestige point and get my prestige level up. So far so good. We haven't really faced a lot of dangerous opposition, but that 80 gun, even though it's just a Pak 38, it could potentially kill us. So I think we did pretty good. And I think these 2 missions actually have been a nice warm-up. So let's hope we can keep this going. You never know when the Panthers and the Tigers arrive, and then you're going to be pretty much screwed if you don't have a better tank or some better skills. But we'll see what happens. This has been episode 2 of American Tank Case 1944 to 1945. I hope that you will join me for the next episode. Don't forget to like and comment on the video, helps me out a lot. Also subscribe if you aren't subscribed already. Also, if you want to support the channel a little bit more, you can even become a member. For only $2.99 a month, you become a supporting member of the channel. Guys, I will see you for episode 3, and of course, don't miss out my Patton's Best campaign going, my B-17 campaign going, my The Hunters campaign going, and of course we're gonna do Lonely Sherman also by Mike Lambo. So a lot of stuff going on, but I love it. Never gamed this much in my life. I am 100% certain of that. Okay guys, I will see you next time.